Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Sorry for the delay. I'm not sure if our host is still having camera issues, but I thought that I would jump on and say hello because there are fine folks in here waiting. So I have decided to hit the go live button because it was time. Anything exciting happen in everybody's world today on a Saturday? Uh-oh, there he is.
Here I am. Oh, how you doing?
Doing okay. Let's change that view. There.
Well, we gently do this.
Ah, hey,
got
Gunny.
got it out, and then these are the new headsets. So this is all new equipment now. Finally,
There you go.
yeah. So I got to learn how to use this, and I can hear that fan in the background. I mean, this thing's got a lot of gain.
Yeah,
I don't I
I
don't know
can't
how to
hear it.
filter that. If I turn the gain down, does that help?
I
Even
can't.
I can hear the fan in my headset. So this thing
Oh, I guess
really,
if I listen real close, there's a way to. There's a setting in OBS that you can actually adjust. Um, there's a filter that you can put on
okay. Let's
to
see.
fix that.
I got noise suppression. Is there another filter? Um, Limiter?
Maybe take a quick look.
Let's see.
I gotta look at my mic and then look at my
No. Yeah.
properties.
Go to
No,
that.
I gotta look at my filters. I've got noise suppression on.
On your mic?
Yep. I've got RN noise and it's good quality, more CPU usage, but it helps eliminate any type of background noise.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I have that on for the mic for the Yeti.
Okay. I,
So
I, I can
it's
barely
on.
hear it, but
Oh, okay. It might be me because I could hear it through here. So
yeah.
hey, good evening everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining us. I finally get all new equipment now. I got the new headsets on, and boy, these make it. I can just tell with just these on because they're like hearing protection. They cover the complete ear, and these are
Yep.
so much more comfortable. Oh
Yep.
my goodness,
Absolutely.
you know. And if you let me carefully do this, yep. There's the new Yeti mic, and this is nice. So I don't have to, have this thing to talk into. And I
Yeah.
still got to figure out the gain and the different settings. It's got like stereo and omnidirectional. I think I'm on omnidirectional right now. I don't know. I don't know. How do
Yeah.
I sound? Do I sound echoey? Do I sound like I'm
A,
behind
li-
a?
a, a little bit, but that's fine. That's what we're on for. So,
Yeah,
we should say hello to everybody that's popped in the chat.
yeah.
Um, and it's your channel, so I'll let you. I'm just here to give emotional support.
Okay, who do we got here? Let me move this over the way so I can see. We got who's joining us this evening. That's Split Paint. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. This is just an impromptu uh, live stream. Just happy everybody showed up. It's great. Thanks for being here. And here's Kiddo Mine. Good evening. Thanks for spending a little bit of your Saturday here. We have this historic metals. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We have CG Coins. Good evening. Thank you for being here. We have my partner in crime who's going to abandon me next week, Miss
I'll still
Gen
be
X
in
Collective.
touch.
I know,
You'll still be able to get
dude.
in touch with
Dude, we like text just pretty much every day.
me. And I'll have a signal for it'll be sketchy for a few days, but then it'll be fine.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'll find my way.
Yes, you'll do just
Uh,
fine.
who else we got? We got VT Ryder. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. And we have who else? the myth, the legend, the madness that we call Gunny.
Yes.
Semper Crayola. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, and I still haven't got my Marine Corps medal.
Well, that could be a good thing. I've gotten an email and I've had a few comments or a comment on my video where they're getting um, damage. It's a weird strike that's
Oh,
happening.
really?
It looks like it's like the strike to the coin itself is depressed into the coin so
Mm-hmm.
much for so that the rim of the coin sticks up. And the way it was explained to me in an email from one of the chat members, um, that his capsule won't even close.
Oh, oh my.
So, and then there was another comment on one of my videos that said the same thing, that he had the same issue. And
Mm-hmm.
there's also a video out there that's showing it. So this appears to be a problem. So I don't know if they released a bunch
Mm-hmm.
and found out there's a quality issue. It seems like it might be an uneven strike,
Mm-hmm.
um, but it's not affecting the rim, which is weird.
Hmm.
Because normally, if it fins the whole side, not just
Mm-hmm.
the impression for the metal. But um, I don't know. Don't know.
That's
So
weird. Yeah, maybe maybe it's a good thing. I don't see it just yet.
yes. And kid of mine, hello. I saw that you signed on to my stream last night, right when I was signing off. I didn't mean to ignore you, but as I was clicking off, you popped on, and I missed you, and I
Yeah, it
appreciate
was
it.
literally right when
Yeah,
across the streams.
right when I
So
was saying 73, your thing popped up, and I had hit end broadcast. So I apologize for not saying hello yesterday because you're an important part of our community. That's for sure.
yep,
You
absolutely.
show a lot of support, and I just wanted to clarify that. It was not a snub on
Yeah,
my
yes,
part. It was
definitely.
just
Thank you.
it was a timing
Thank you.
issue.
Kid of mine. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're happy you're here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Resnick, good evening. And hey, thank you for a little pat on the back from Mr. Resnick. And your PDS set is, you should have received tracking, and it's on its way. So um, luckily, my PO box and the distribution center for Huntsville is just down the street from where I live. So it will, I'm sure it'll get scanned and it'll probably be on its way out tomorrow morning. So it shouldn't take too long for you to get. So appreciate the support with that, Mr. Resnick, and appreciate you supporting both our channels. So
Yeah.
you're definitely a big help.
Yes.
And there's my other partner in crime, Mr. Donald in New Mexico. Good evening, sir. Hope you are doing well, sir.
Yeah.
And you know, um, this sounds maybe bad. I don't know how to bring this up, but they got. I think they got new rash of forest fires, but I think it's in California. And Donald kind of just went through that just recently, and it's just, it's awful to hear news like that.
Yeah. It's
So
heartbreaking.
hopefully that stuff's contained, and the firefighters and all the first responders are getting that thing under control. That's just
And it can lead to another topic that we could further discuss after we say hello
yeah.
to a
And
bunch of
stacking
folks.
perpetrator, good evening. Test, test, test. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I ain't dropping this. This thing's no, 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 no. But yeah, I got to play around with the stereo mode. I think it's an omnidirectional mode now. Whatever. But seriously, Mr. Jenick, you sound like crystal clear, like you're in the room next door.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's amazing. I got upgraded equipment and cameras. Like, wow, now I just need to shave and look professional and lose a couple pounds. So one step at a time. But anyway, good evening, Mr. Perpetrator. Glad you are here. He posted some good videos in the last couple of days, by the way. So check out what Mr. Perpetrator put as posted. Get a little tongue tied here. And then who else we got? I think Palladino. I don't know why I can't say that first part. Well, that's Palladino. Oh, I mean, no offense. It's just, I just way this mind works. But good evening. Thank you for joining us. Seriously, thank you for being here. And anyone else?
I think we had
people just
everybody.
popped in. I think we're all caught up here.
Okay, now we're gonna run a little test. Seeing as all this live stream is basically a test to get the Don there set up, and you need to change your setting on your microphone.
Okay.
You need to either change it to cardioid mode.
Okay, which one is that? Yeah, because you can even hear the chief of security drop by.
Because you're in
At least
you're in stereo mode, which means it's picking up the sounds from all directions.
Yeah.
And you only want it from your voice, and you need to speak in the mic like I do.
Oh, okay.
If you see my microphone, I got to speak into the flat end and not the top, because the diaphragm is positioned as such, like this inside of the mic. A dynamic microphone is
put on mute,
positioned the other way. So if you're speaking into the top of it, it can cause an echo, especially if you're in stereo mode. And let's see. Silver Wolverine is driving, can't chat. Just wanted to let everyone know two things. I still haven't seen Star Wars and Woot Woot. So, fortunately, the Don is busy with his microphone. So we're trying to test things out here for him, or get things set up properly. And V Trider says we might have to tie Silver Wolverine down for a Star Wars marathon and tape your eyes in the clockwork orange. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even worse. Okay.
No bueno.
No.
Well, you can put it back to where it was, and we can play with it in the green room.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I still got to learn all this stuff.
I think the game's up too high.
It's all the way down. I think maybe I got to go into...
There's a setting in OBS for that, too. I would just put it back to where it was. And then we can play with it in the green room afterwards. It's not a big deal. There's a setting to adjust your gain in OBS as well.
Nope. I got the gain turned all the way down on the microphone. Physically.
Yeah, but you switched it back to what it was, right?
Yeah, this is where it was when we all first started.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Gotta get through for what we're gonna do tonight. I know.
Is that any better?
I pick up more of the fan noise now. But I also have headphones on, so people that are listening on their phone or iPads or something, they may not be hearing it. But because I have the headphones that I have are specifically made for streaming to hear exactly like my interface. I plug in my headphones and I can hear myself talk in here.
Mm-hmm.
And what I hear in here is what you're supposed to be hearing out there.
Right. Yeah, I can do the same thing. I can hear myself talking. Yeah.
Yeah, because you've got your headphones plugged right into the Yeti, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's a learning curve. We'll figure it. I'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. But having the right equipment makes a huge difference. I mean, everybody out there in the chat, you guys are you guys can tell. I mean, Mr. Resnick can tell, so that's a good thing.
Second perpetrator said we don't need no stinking mic.
We don't need no stinking mic.
How the world will engineer, or how will the world end some engineer? What happens if we do this? Yeah. What's this button do?
The
Samafar.
Oh, hello. Good evening. Thanks for joining us, boss. Woohoo!
Sam and I were playing with the Don's new equipment. He's got a new camera set up, and he's got new headphones, and he's got a new microphone. So we were trying to troubleshoot to get rid of some of the echo and surround noise that he's picking up with his mic. But I think we're going to play with that in the green room when we're done streaming. We don't want to completely bore people to death.
No. I wonder if I could. Nope, can't do that. Off. Let me turn. Yeah, you and I are gonna have to.
Yeah,
we'll put that later. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a Blue Yeti, but I just looked it up and was looking at the different patterns that you can set with that, because I know it's a very popular microphone and a lot of people use it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good for, you can use the one mic if you're interviewing somebody. The omnidirectional mode gets everything, and the stereo mode also picks up everything 360 around. It's the cardioid, I can't even pronounce it, cardioid mode.
Yeah.
Is where it isolates, so it's only getting from the front of the mic.
Yeah.
So we'll play with
it. Yeah, that's the mode.
I play with the gain and stuff. And
yeah, the gain's all the way down, and it's on that cardio mode.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's the fan's too close. I can't reach over, turn it off.
That's okay. But there's a gain setting in your OBS too. But we'll play with it. Pun intended. It's possible to over engineer it. Yes. I'm going to jump in here before the Don can defend himself. I worked for several different manufacturing companies, and the head engineer of the department had a sign over his desk, and it said, and I could have the quote wrong, but the premise of it was, sooner or later the engineer has to quit messing with the drawings and just build the damn thing. And being on the materials management end that has to order the supplies to manufacture said designs by said engineer, I can't tell you how many times that conversation comes up. And of course, you order the material for revision 2, and they're already working on revision 5 and want to know why there's no test parts for revision 4 when I only have drawings for revision 2. That's the life between operations and engineering. Just the way it goes. You figure it out.
That's the way, yeah. That's the way the industry you and I worked in.
Yep. Spilt Pete, hello. I know you're here earlier. Welcome back. Or maybe you didn't go anywhere and we skipped you. I apologize if that happened. We've been troubleshooting the Don's stuff, and I'm going to keep quiet now and let Don, the Don, I should say, run his show. I'm Ed McMahon. I'm just. Hey, now.
I'm sensing. I'm sensing.
So I can do that.
Wait. I need a envelope. Here we go.
I can't play Karnak. That's me. See, you're stealing my bits now. You're stealing a bit that I stole. Is that considered plagiarism of a plagiarist?
I can't. I don't have a lot of really good improv skills, so I was like trying to think of, what's a creep, a sweep, and a deek. I was like, I don't know how to put that together.
No resentment. I'm just stating a fact. It is a fact, and you ask anybody that has done any type of manufacturing or working directly with engineers that are designing the part, and then you got to throw the salesman in there. That say, you know what? I think that we probably want to add this feature, and they tell the engineer that, so they get the engineers working on something. Operations isn't even in the loop, And anyway, program management is definitely needed in manufacturing. And once you get ISO certified and all that, that stuff gets reduced greatly, but
Yeah.
you still have operations and, well, I should say purchasing and then the manufacturing end of it, running their pre-production samples and engineering, and then of course the salespeople. It's like herding cats. It really is. How anything gets built ever is astonishing at times.
Well, no, I agree with you, Mr. Perpetrator. The issue with kids today, especially when fresh graduates from school, is most of them they get internships or co-ops, but most of them aren't really hands-on. I was lucky. I got an internship at a particle research laboratory, and I worked with electronic technicians. One of the first things they taught me was how to solder, how to build take a circuit board, stuff it with components, and solder the traces and leads all together. So I learned this stuff first before I actually applied, pencil to paper and did calculations and stuff.
Yep.
That was the by far the best work experience that I got very early in my career was that, and that internship was just incredible. It taught me every basic fundamental I needed: how to build a circuit board, how to build a cable, you know, V equals I times R. Well, it was applicable. It applied. I used that formula all the time there, trying to build a basic circuit that had multiple relays on it to drive contacts in what they were is cryo module accelerators. And actually, I'm going to do a video series on that to show you the application of other metals. That's going to be part of the whole science series. And it's niobium. Yeah, that's the one I'm kind of pointing towards. They use a lot of niobium there at the particle research laboratory. So yeah, kids today just don't get those hands-on
Yep.
skills they need that will pay them dividends down the road. Because I was able to build cables, I can go to my procurement, global supply chain manager and say, hey, I need connector ABC, but company XYZ doesn't have it. Can we go to company DEF to get part number ABC?
Yep.
And part of the job is for me to help him, with the technical side of it, to find if a part goes manufactured discontinued, end of life, got to go help find an equivalent replacement. If there's any last minute emergencies that come up from the vendor. So, as much fun as we, make fun of each other, but really, you know, when the poo poo hits the fan, we all work together. We come
Yep.
together, get the job done, and
You have
and
to
move
because
on.
it's all of your career. Everybody's careers on the line.
Yeah.
I remember we had a brand new engineer, and he designed something, and the scrap rate was like 60% or something with the initial run. And I remember manufacturing came to me and said, we're out of material, blah, blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah. And why are we out? And I said, well, I didn't plan on a 60% scrap rate. What's going on? So he showed me when I went out the line and he showed me what was going on. And I said, I know what the problem is. So I went and got the brand new engineer who knew it all because he just graduated college, put him on the line and said, and I already talked to his boss and explained to him what's going to happen here. Put him on the line, and I want you to run these parts within spec
Hmm.
that you had designed.
Hmm.
And he come to find out that he engineered a part that could not be manufactured in the process that we were capable of doing, and had to go back and redesign it, obviously.
Yeah.
And again, that's all hands-on stuff that they just they write it on paper, and because it works out in their calculations, they just
Hmm.
sign off and say it's your thing to fix. No, that's not the way that we're going to approach that. At least that's the way I handled it. Any job that I had, whether it was unloading rail cars or trucks or putting stock away or pulling stock and taking it to the line to manufacture to shipping the parts out, I did everything. I worked all 3 shifts, sitting on a high-low, or actually did the actual manufacturing too, so I could see how the material was being used and or waste. Because I was a firm believer that I'm not going to assign somebody a job that I either have not done or would do myself. And I kind of had to do that because I was put into a pretty high position at a very young age. And so you got some 20-year-old kid, you know, trying to tell a plant manager that's got been a more experienced than I've been alive. It's hard to get respect, you know. So I just jumped in with both feet, and that's how I learned. I had to do everything on the floor. Now, as far as designing parts and stuff, no, but I designed other things like packaging and basic stuff. But as far as designing a part like where the Don's at, no, I'm not an engineer. I know how to read a scale, and I know how to, I took drafting and architecture in high school, so I knew how to do all that stuff, to read blueprints and all that kind of fun stuff, which was very beneficial in my career, obviously. So that's a
What?
long
Yeah.
story to point out a obvious thing, that you're saying that the engineers, and you hear a lot of that in the automotive industry. You got the mechanics just saying, "Who designed this? You can't even change the spark plug without, pulling the manifold or something stupid."
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. So
Yeah.
there's my rant for the day. The rest, okay, Don, your show.
But
I can't help
Miss
myself.
Samafar, by the way, you said to operate in maintenance. Yeah, I believe you're familiar with the term preventive maintenance, whether it's be daily, weekly, biweekly, monthly, semi-annually. You know, uh, when I worked at the Purdue Shipbuilding, we had to perform preventive maintenance on the department I was in, nuclear engineering test. We had to perform all the preventive maintenance on everything related to the power plant before we turned the system over to what we say ship force, which is the sailors, because the pre-commissioning team. There's a proper word for it. I can't think of it right now, but they are the commanding officer, the exec, all the different division officers, the chief of the boat, and all the initial crew that's assigned to the PCU pre-commissioning unit. And those sailors are, they work in the shipyard in tandem with the trades and the engineers and the technicians. So I had interface with them, and we would do preventive maintenance together. We, had the schedule set up. I'd work with the petty officers or the chief in charge of that division, and we knocked that stuff out. So yeah, I know all about preventive maintenance, and by far that's the biggest problem that I have. My pet peeve with the way engineering school is done now is these kids getting zero. They don't get their hands dirty, and then when they come to the job for the first time, it's like, oh yeah, this is what we did in school. Well, that was school. It's not the real world.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
Yeah, and because of my time at the particle lab, working with real life electronic technicians, that just helped me design better because I know they're the end user, for example. So when I'm thinking of a design, I think of them. Like, how are they going to put it together? What do they like? What do they dislike? So a lot of times, if there's something that I have to upgrade because the part went, end of life or something, for example, I'd run down to the production floor or integration floor in our case, and I'd ask the guys on the line. I said, "Hey, this part's going bye-bye. Is there anything that we could do to kind of make this little part, this little area a little bit better?" Yeah, I would get all kinds of stuff. I'm sitting there, yeah, wait, I got slow, and just taking a few minutes to go down there and talk with we call them integrators, in the defense industry, so to speak. But going down there, talking with our manufacturing engineer, talk about, like I said, our integrators, they're the ones who puts parts together. Just making that relationship quantum leap, in building the esprit de corps, and, you got to make those professional relationships. And by me reaching out to them, they help me redesign because I'm going down there and gaining their knowledge and experience. Because when you're down there on the production floor integrating for, years on end, and you've worked various programs, you pick up stuff. You pick up best practices, and engineers coming out of school, and even me, like switching industries. I went from building nuclear submarines to command and control systems and missile defense. So there's a transition. I don't know these things. Like I never worked with routers, switches, and servers and battlefield management computers and stuff like that. So that was all new to me. And one of the things I did is I went down to the production floor and helped those guys out. They needed help putting something together. The biggest thing I had to do was help them troubleshoot. If there's like any heavy duty problems, electrical power, if there's some signals not getting through some cabling, maybe there's some grounding issues. And I'd sit down there and work with them, and we'd troubleshoot the problem. And sure enough, you become indispensable. And when they get like a real heavy duty problem, who do they call? And you get recognized for it. It matters. Yep. When you have their back, they have yours. And believe me, I have been saved by those guys down on the production floor more than once. So these are the skills, aside from the calculus and thermodynamics and all that jazz. They don't teach you those people skills. Those you have to. It's like leadership. People can be charismatic and very open and have a very opening personality, the charisma, but the actual skills to be a leader, there's no such thing as a natural leader. There isn't. Now you are charismatic and based on your characteristics, as an individual, sure, but the actual skills, you have to learn that. You have to have a mentor to teach you that stuff. And school systems just don't have that. What's the fix? It's the right internship, the right co-op where the engineer gets their hands dirty. So
yep.
Soapbox.
I agree. So I was waving to Dave, who jumped in. Dave Cummins, hello.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for being here.
How does all this tie into what we were talking about originally?
Precious metals?
This is the disconnect at the U.S. Mint. There is a serious disconnect between somewhere in the manufacturing process, in the engineering and designing process, in their pre-production runs. There is a disconnect that is occurring, in my opinion. They should not be getting those 2.5 ounce metals should not be shipped out with that type of error in it, especially for the premiums. And I think any ASE, same type thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuse for milk spots because that's a process. All they got to do is rinse the dang thing properly when they clean the planchets. But as far as the high end stuff, business strikes, you're going to have the errors on the business strikes because they're cranking out billions of them.
Yeah,
they just run that until the die breaks. They don't care, right?
Yeah.
Circulated coinage, no big deal, which makes it fun for collectors that buy bags and rolls and can hunt and they find stuff, and sometimes it's worth money and sometimes it's not. But it's all back to the same type thing. I think that this is an area that the Mint. We lost the Don.
No, I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm just adjusting my seat.
That the Mint, in my opinion, the Mint needs to address. It appears that it has not been fixed with more people coming forward. In our little, I've only got a handful of subs, 600 or something like that. You got a couple hundred. So in our little group that we're building here, and I'm getting multiple complaints, or people are bringing to my attention this issue, it's got to be more widespread. And there's some acceptable townsters. There's got to, they obviously got to go go gauge and in their QC. They've got all kinds of testing stuff, but somewhere along the lines there's a disconnect. And unfortunately, the new Mint director is an HR specialist and has no experience in manufacturing or coins or numismatics, period. she was an HR director, basically her whole government career, working with human resources, and then being the liaison for that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
she gets the right people in place.
You
Because,
know, at the very least, you would think they'd have one inspector. They don't necessarily have to have a eye, loop looking at the coin, but at least pick it up and look. Is it, is the capsule sealed? Is it properly seated in the packaging in the box? You know,
hello, it's
is
2021
you know,
Morgans.
yeah. I mean, like I
So
said,
this is done.
there's no way they're going to sit there and loop it. That's unreasonable.
No,
As much
they're
as
gonna
we would
they're gonna
like that,
force.
sure,
Well,
but
in any
reality,
manufacturing process, as you know, you pull a certain amount of parts and you put it
yeah.
through the test. They put it in the CNC machine,
Mhm.
and they do their measurements to make sure everything's within tolerance. And if there's an
Yeah.
issue, they stop the line and then they fix it.
Yep.
I'm guessing that they have to do the same thing, or that the mint has something in place
Well,
as
we would
well.
think.
You would think. Now, stuff happens. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand stuff happens, and maybe it's only a handful of these coins that got out. And if it is, then those that have it could be sitting on a little mini gold mine, right? If they've got something that there's only a handful known, it could add value if people, because people love errors and
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
anomalies like that, and they'll pay a premium for it.
Hmm.
But I have a feeling it's probably a little bit more widespread, unfortunately. And I don't. It's just not acceptable, in my opinion. Not when we're paying. I mean, that coin was $160 for 2.5 ounces.
Hmm.
No different than an eagle. You're paying $73 for 1 ounce. So we
Yeah,
are definitely paying a huge premium on
we
that.
are. Yeah.
And for that type of cost and premium, there's other mints out there that charge about the same or maybe $1 or two more, and you get a nice wooden box. It's in a nice capsule, and the QC on it is perfect.
And it's made in New Zealand, and it's shipped 2 days from New Zealand to the United States.
Yep. Well, look at the Royal Mint. They made a change to the
Yeah.
Britannia in 2021, and come to find out, there was a notorious for the silver. It was milk spotting. They had problems. They addressed it, and as far as I know, I don't think anybody's had any milk spotting problems at all with the 2022 silvers. That's how fast they addressed the issue. The very
Hmm.
next run for the following year, it's fixed. Now, milk spotting is a little bit different than an engineering or a production issue, but it's still part of the process, right?
Yeah.
You got to make sure the
Right.
planch, and if they're stacked and everything's not getting cleaned, there's no excuse for that. I mean,
Yeah. Now,
I don't
real
need
quick,
yep.
Dave. Yeah, I have not received my marine medal yet. I got to look at the tracking. It'll probably be here Monday. So I don't know why it got delayed. I guess it's just look at the draw. Um, Jay Tizzo, good evening. Thanks for joining us on this little impromptu live stream. Appreciate you
Yep.
being here.
And there's your HVAC guy. He's here.
HVAC, whoop for all your air conditioning and heating needs. Call HVAC Residential Basics at 1-888 Hoosier AC. I don't want to say. I didn't want to say too much. I'm still trying to figure out this mic, so don't want to.
That's all right. We'll let you know if you start peaking.
Yeah, start peaking.
Well, it's got to cut out. Right.
Yeah.
Like I did for that one live stream. The whole video is almost unwatchable. It was
Yeah.
like, cringeworthy. It's like, should I just take this one down? This is bad. This is bad.
I'm still kind of hung up on the mint thing. Actually, you kind of reminding me. I was watching one of the Silver Wolverines videos earlier today, and I made a comment. It was about the 2023 Morgan and Peace.
Yep.
And I went in there and definitely made a comment about saying hope they, it's curious as to why certain coins get a clamshell, this past year and why others didn't. And also about, the packaging, the packaging was very disappointing for those that weren't in clamshells, and then one step further, the quality assurance. Like I was saying before, surely maybe they do take a sample, one sample every 100 or 50 or whatever comes down the line. Okay, that's a step in the right direction, but I think, like you said, the premiums on these, and they're not minting that many, right? I mean, a number.
Several hundred, like 300,000 on
Okay,
each,
300,000.
except for
So
the reverse proof. I think is less. I could be wrong.
I
Well,
mean,
well, you go ahead and talk. I'm going to check on the mint site. Go ahead.
well, from a quality standpoint, how much time, does it take to do a basic inspection of the coin when it's seated in the box before it goes out the door? How much time does that take? 10 seconds, 15, 20 seconds, then I multiply that, out so you can figure out how many coins that one inspector could, see per hour, or, but surely that's not, I mean, how long, to open this box, okay, I, like I said, we're not putting the loop on it, but they don't have, if the mint, and we said this before, if the mint was ISO 9000 or industry standard, the quality assurance industry standards, that they were certified to those, most of these problems would be gone. Even with the crappy packaging, excuse the word, even with the crappy packaging they've been using, at least there were eyes on the product, and they did the best job they could to make sure it's seated, that it's in there correctly, and even packaging process, putting in the bubble wrap or paper or whatever to make sure it doesn't shake around and rub on other things. That's all part of ISO too, believe it or not, folks. Packaging for it to go out the door is the same. It's the same process, same, policies as if you were, putting circuit board A and a circuit board B and then mounting it to the chassis. Same.
Yep.
It's the same. It doesn't matter what stage of the process. Each process has a quality assurance methodology attached to it.
Yep.
And they failed, at the packaging, verification before it goes out the door.
Miserably.
Anyway, let's move on. I think
back to the Morgans. The uncirculated is 275,000.
Okay.
The proofs are 400,000, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the reverse proof is 250,000, which is also quite a bit. But,
Let's see. If an inspector takes 20 seconds to look at a package, coin, make sure everything's seated. Let's say 20 seconds. That's what? That's 3 per minute. 60 minutes. So that's what? 180. Wait, 603. It's 100. Yeah, 180. So that's 180 coins they can look at per hour, right? So if it's 180 coins and then 180 times, 8-hour workday, in essence, that one inspector can look, if I'm doing the numbers right, 1,440 coins. Now, if it's how many was it? 300,000 for mintage for one?
275, 4, and 250.
275. Okay, we'll do 400. That's the worst case, right? 400K.
Yep.
So, and if it's just one, this is just one inspector. So 400K divided by 1,440. So that will take 277 shifts, 8-hour shifts, if I'm doing the math right. Somebody who's done manpower calculations can figure this out better. Miss Samifor could. You've done this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, 277 shifts. That's just one person to do 400,000 mintage coin inspections.
You're not going to do 100% inspection.
No. The reality is they're not. Yeah, that's assuming 100%.
Yeah.
So,
that's
they're going to sample probably a quarter of that, maybe even less, probably
less
a third.
Less than that.
Yeah, it's going to be.
The packaging in, there's no excuse for that because that's being done by. I would assume I could be
That's
wrong.
each
I would
each one's no, they're each one's done by hand. They have to be.
correct. So there's no excuse on the packaging.
Yeah, that's a training. That's definitely a manpower training quality. Follow your work instructions. But the thing is, they probably don't have work instructions. They probably here's your paper, here's your bubble wrap, here's your tape, here's the boxes going in.
Yeah,
Figure it
and
out.
I'm sure they do, and there's going to be a different process from somebody that's putting it in the capsule more than likely and putting it in the clamshell and then sending it down the line.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get warehouse and then they get pulled for the orders. It's not going to be, they're not going to pull the coin, put it, and then assemble it and put it in the packs to ship it out. They're going to produce it and stockpile it, and then they'll just pull them off the shelf as the orders come in. They'll pick them and put them in the box.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely. I mean, if
Yeah.
that's the way I would set it up. Because when they start running, right, they're going to run. Especially with their scheduling issues that's been going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
They ran all those proof coins beginning of the year, ran themselves out of silver,
Yeah.
and way overproduced the W proofs. And they're going to way overproduce the S proofs, in my opinion. But people collect them and they'll buy them and they'll sell out.
They will.
And that's. I mean, I bought the W proof and I bought the burnished. I canceled my S proof just because I realized that that's not where I'm heading with my. That's not the direction that I'm focusing on. Let's just put it that way. But nothing against those that want to do it because I did it. I mean, and it's fun. Again, this is supposed to be a hobby. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's your livelihood, and you flip coins and do that kind of stuff, and that's a whole other conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, that we can have.
Mm-hmm.
But as collectors, we just want good product. We want to. We know we're overpaying, and we're willing to overpay for a quality product. Begrudgingly, some of us because we've got sets, or you've got sets out there, and you want to keep it complete. Dave, but he's just having terrible luck. Are you? Did you make somebody mad at the mint, Dave?
Yeah. Oh my!
Your Marine Corps medal and now your Purple Heart. Oh man, I feel bad for you.
B Rose, good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us. I think you probably need to go get some holy water and exercise the demons.
Send them a box of donuts or something.
I know.
Here's Soundfar's got an excellent suggestion. Go back to coins in the cellophane in the brown envelope. Why not?
It worked.
It worked. Yeah.
We're talking from what 50s through the.
They've always been in cellophane since 30. When did they start?
Okay,
36?
yeah, right.
And then there was a hiatus. From during World War II and started back up. In 52 or something like that? I can't remember. 49.
There's an old saying: "Don't fix what ain't broken," right?
I understand going with the packaging to protect the coins a lot better than the cellophane. I mean, they rub together and then you got a mark, and now you've got a coin that they would put a card in that says it's probably just a cellophane. Don't bother calling us.
Yeah. So, Dennis D, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here on this little impromptu live stream. And of course, the sexiest man in the silver and gold stacking community, my friends. It is Mr. Polly Buck. How you doing, brother? Hope you are well.
It sounds like he's doing very well. They're 3 out of 8 in the tournament, so I'm guessing you're playing in the club tournament, and all those are going on right now.
Oh wow! Man, I haven't swung my golf clubs, before the shutdown thing.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's
Yeah.
Right now it's 89 degrees, and with the humidity, I think it's got to feel like. Last I checked, it was like 98 or 99, so it's hot and muggy. And
it was hot and muggy
on this side. I don't know what he's got going over on. He's on the other side of the state where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
So
Polybuck, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, the temperature dropped. It literally dropped 20 some degrees here because we had a thunderstorm, storm front come right, just through within the last hour. And yeah, you could feel the difference.
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain here early. I think starting tomorrow night and Monday down in my neck of the woods. Um, so we'll see. We need some type of relief. Yeah, I saw that and I was going to highlight it, and I thought, no, I'm not going to poke the engineer any more than I already poke him.
Yeah. Beat up on us all you want, but then when you need something fixed,
Well, sometimes you call the engineer. Sometimes you
no, what you
call
do
the
is you call,
maintenance guy.
you call the maintenance guy, because they know what they're doing and they got the right tools.
You learn from experience. You don't call the engineer unless that's the last thing.
Yeah,
that
that's
you need
the
to do.
last resort.
Yeah, because now they're going to change your process and they're going to do something. That's just the
Yeah.
nature of the way they are.
Or where she had to look at and go, oops.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I should have had a drill through hole here instead of you manually trying to drill through 3 inches of fiberglass reinforced, product. You think, but
Oh, yeah, it reminds me of a story we had. Let me make sure I declassify this. Well, it's not really classified.
yeah.
Okay,
Don't
we
say that.
have
Don't
we
say
have
you got to think about it. Don't worry
no.
about it.
Well, we have the project's over with. It's called CPP, Command Post Platform. It's a C4 ISR system for the Army. It's just battlefield management. It's a shelter that goes on the back of a Humvee. They stuff it with switches, router, servers, MIDS terminal, some 117 radios, SATCOM, a couple antennas. So it's a communication battlefield management hub. So information comes in, and then it goes
Yep.
through the
Okay.
software and then sends it out. Anyway, the
Laser relay
shelter
station.
the shelter has a copper mesh through it for EMI
Yep.
requirements. To you want to keep the signals in the shelter, and you want the signals from the outside not get in, as well as the signals inside not getting out. Faraday cage for those that
I was just
understand
going to
that.
say, it sounds like a Faraday cage.
It's exactly what it is. It's a Faraday cage. So once upon a time, one of the integrators, brand new integrator, that fresh off the streets, hasn't done this stuff before. He took a drill bit out, and it was like twice the size of the bit he should have used to tap the hole. Well, he drilled the hole, and the question was, okay, you could tell they nicked the Faraday, mesh in the shelter. So it's like, okay, what do we do? Does this mean this whole expensive shelter's, useless? And they went to the customer, and they all start panicking and everything. So the chief engineer went to me because I have experience with EMI, EMC, electromagnetic interference, electromagnetic compatibility. And so is this a problem? And I was like, where's the hole? And the hole will be covered with this 8-inch plate to mount an antenna to. So the plate's like, holes like whatever, but then the plate's like, 4 or 5 times the diameter of the hole. And I was like, really? This is an issue? You're going to have this big giant steel plate covering the hole? That steel plate is an excellent barrier. It's conductive. So, I told him all you need to do is pack the hole, seal it so moisture doesn't get in, and you're done. Sure enough, waiver, move on.
Yep.
Yeah, little stories like that. Crazy.
Let's see. What are we missing here? At Fort Meade, running trail went around the golf course. Anybody want to guess what happened occasionally? Yeah, I imagine some people got beamed.
What? Nobody got hit with lightning? What?
I think they were talking about golf. Mr. V Rose he's down on Golf Haven, and actually Michigan has got hundreds and hundreds of golf courses, and several of them are in the top in the nation.
Oh yeah.
And there's actually one private club that I almost had a chance to play that was designed by the same person that designed Augusta National.
Oh, no kidding.
Mackenzie. Yeah,
Wow.
but it's an extremely hard club to get into. Tom Watson had to be put on a waiting list, the professional golfer.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with. I've heard the name.
So he actually had, I don't know if he still does, but him and his family had a place up in northern Michigan. So, Mr. V Rose and the thumb, Michigan. If you look to the left, you'd be right in the middle of the thumbnail. Yeah. Michigan looks like this. Now, I guess to your view there. So he's somewhere in this area.
Yeah.
Good fishing over there, by the way. Did a lot of perch fishing. Over in the thumb.
Well, it looks like there's some good news there. So Dave got his black flag, excuse me, coins, and they arrived intact.
Mine
So
did too.
yeah. So yeah, my orders should be here Monday or Tuesday. I just finally got shipping notice from AppMix. So yeah, I got 3 of just the regular BUs. I got 3 of the ones in the TEP, and I splurged and I got 1 of the 5-ounce
Did
because
you
I don't
really?
have. Yeah, because I didn't have any of the others, and I've seen the price go whoosh, so I was like, I'm not a flipper, and it's cool to have and stuff, but I think with that 5-ounce, I'll probably sell it later down the road because this,
Yeah, it depends.
I don't know.
It's I'm checking AppMax site right now to see if they're still available. It's taken forever for them to sell out. They're still available, but it's one price now.
Yeah.
There's no tiers, so it's $40.13 check wire and $41.80 if you use PayPal. But if you're only buying one, then you got to pay $9.99 shipping. So I would suggest if you want one, you either contact me because I will give you a good deal on it, or you can go to eBay, and AppMax is actually selling them on eBay, I believe, shipped for like $47, something like that. And I would be less than that. So if anybody wants one, just shoot me a note. Unfortunately, I'm going to be not able to do anything as far as. That's why I haven't done any pop-up sales. I've got some items. I got some high-ticket items that I'm looking at posting or bringing up before I go to the auction site. And then I've got some other stuff, but I can't do anything until I get back from my little journey that I'm going on tomorrow for a few days. So,
We'll have fun.
plan on it. Gonna go see some sights, and it's the last break that we have before daughter starts her senior year of high school. So we're gonna just go and bebop around a little bit.
Yeah.
Do some hopping around the state, and only for a few days, and then be back. She's got orientation actually next Friday. And then
Wait, orientation for senior
school.
or
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she starts school the week after. Not that next Friday. The following week is for underclassmen orientation, and then they start school.
Oh my.
So,
This year's going to go by quick.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, this year went by quick.
Yeah, this year, and
I don't know what happened, but this year went. I mean, it's August. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
I mean, time flies when you're having fun.
That's correct, Buck. Get a hold of me for your black flag needs. I bought extra specifically to help out people in the community so they didn't have to pay when the price starts shooting up and they're $50-$60. I'm not doing that. I just want to make what I paid and cover my shipping and PayPal fees. I'm not looking to make any money on this.
Actually, that's his official story. The unofficial story is there was a snafu when he was using his mouse and inadvertently hit double his cart.
Yeah.
So
those have not arrived yet. Oops, I just peeked. You got me too excited, and I kind of yelled in the mic.
I think I peeked too.
Those have not shipped yet. But they're in the process of shipping. So, yes, I end up doing a double order. So I will have plenty, even though I like them, and I am going to keep one because I think it's a cool coin, and it's done
I
very
like it.
well. So one will go in my collection, and everything else I'm just going to sell basically at enough to cover my cost. That's it. So shipping from them is nuts, and then
Oh yeah,
customs.
Hollybuck's talking about LPM. Um, is that the Hong Kong site or is that the German site? I can't remember. I know Stormy and Empire Precious Metals. But I guess back when the Marvel series of coins came out, you had to
Oh
either go to
yeah,
LPM or that German place to, if you want to order a big bulk of them.
yeah. Stormy just was talking about that, and I
Mm,
think it was coming from Asia, and he got hit with a huge customs bill.
huge, yeah, huge customs. Oh, he had the same problem when he ordered from New Zealand Mint with the Solo in the
That's
carbonite.
what he was talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
the carbonite one. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same thing happen to me. I ordered, it was the drop of the 1 ounce and 5 ounce AT Star Wars proofs. I ordered one ounce for me and another one for member in the coin tribe, and then I splurged and got the big 5 ounce. Well, that was all on one order, and of course, I'm really ordered international before, so ordered everything processed through New Zealand Mint. They put it on FedEx and off to the states. It went. Well, it arrived at LAX customs, LAX airport, Los Angeles, and it sat there. I was like, because I got the shipping notes. Hey, it arrived in country, but it's on hold customs LAX airport. I'm like, what thankfully the agent, the FedEx agent signed to that parcel, contacted me. Hey, you got to go fill out this U.S. customs paperwork and all that jazz. So I
Yep.
went in there, filled it out, and it'll say if there's a difference old, you will be billed, all that stuff. So okay, fine, and it cleared, and I finally got those coins in, and then I got the bill from FedEx for it was like 50 some dollars over or something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but the lesson learned is if you're ordering overseas and it's importing it to the United States, if it exceeds $800 in value, you have to pay a customs tax to it. Just like when you have to declare stuff when you're flying in, on a plane
Yep.
from, wherever, you got to fill out the little custom, that little long, little slim custom form when you check back into the United States. Same thing. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Check mark if you're bringing explosives or illegal substances. That always cracks me up. He's got to
Yeah.
check that and admit to it.
Yeah. So the lesson learned is to limit your purchases below $800 to avoid that. So
Is it 8 or 6?
uh, it was, no, it was 8. It was 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, no,
See,
no. I'm sorry.
that's
No, no, no.
another.
You're right. It's the total is 6. My total was 8. But you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me
Yep.
correct that.
That's
Yeah,
what I
it
thought.
is total. Yeah, total value is $600 or more. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what I
right.
thought.
Yeah.
And like I said, unless it changed, because that's what it used to be. And that is reason 1,816 why I don't buy Star Wars stuff. I'm gonna get booted. Samifar is gonna unfriend me. I'm gonna start losing subs.
Where's Gunny? Because he actually has a real, lightsaber toy. I probably do
I
one of those.
between Samifar and yourself, I think if Gunny's not here, between you two, we have got the Star Wars total collection of probably everything that's been made. I know that she is huge on Star
Well, yeah,
Wars. And,
ironically, since we're talking about sci-fi and stuff, since I've started this journey with collecting, stacking, the Star Trek isn't very pronounced. I'm really surprised about that because I'm huge, Star Trek fan. Actually, I like Star Trek more than I do Star Wars.
could be a licensing issue. Maybe
You
they don't
know,
want to license it out.
yeah, they're there, it's out there, but it's few and far between.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, didn't New Zealand Mint do like Spock and Captain Kirk and those little
they
pungo
did the what
looking
do you call them?
things? Yeah,
The ugh,
yeah, it's not
I
my
don't like those.
thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
uh,
I'm just surprised. I've seen there's a I've seen there is a coin. I'm not sure it might have come from New Zealand Mint years ago. I didn't really do research, but I've seen them on eBay. It's the original Enterprise. It's on a like 1 ounce coin, but it's high relief.
no,
I
that'd
was
be
like,
cool to
oh,
have.
what's nice? Yeah,
No, I did
great.
watch Star Wars, so I mean the
Yeah,
original series, and I watched the first couple of movies. But again, I don't follow. I haven't followed along with the whole series as it's progressed through time. So
yeah, yeah. I just really surprised that because I mean New Zealand Mint or who's it, Niue or
yep,
Tokula,
yeah,
they they've done everything for Star Wars. You got stormtroopers, you got Darth Vader, you know, you got the Millennium Falcon on the coin. But where's the Enterprise? Where's the Excelsior? Where's I just yeah. But I think you're right. I think that's the problem is CBS is just they just won't they will not let go of Star Trek because it's their cash cow.
yeah. I mean,
Whether with Disney, now that they own, now they have, control of Star Wars. Yeah, they're like, hello, money,
yeah,
money making opportunity here. And they just,
and
they ran with
they definitely need it. They're struggling at the moment.
it.
Brought on by
Yeah.
their own management.
Yeah. There's a whole,
We don't want to go down that rabbit trail.
yeah, I'm going to, but everybody you get my point. Everybody gets my point. I would like to see CBS kind of lighten up a little bit and let, New Zealand Mint, for example, let them start making Star Trek coins.
Well, Silver Wolverine is just full of all kinds of stuff here. I don't follow New Zealand Man. Not a big fan, to be honest.
Well, I'm not a big fan.
What do you like, Silver Wolverine?
Yeah. What do you like?
That's an honest question. Well, he's driving. It's kind of hard for him to address
Yeah.
that.
Well, you can use that voice to text thing, right, on your phone.
Well, I've done it, but it always comes up garbled, and so I quit doing it. Let's see. Yeah, those pyramids are cool. I looked at them, but I didn't pull the trigger.
Pyramids?
Pyramids. Look like 3D pyramids. They're coins.
Oh, okay.
Similar, and just like the one that Gunny had shown, they got a series that they're doing with the solar system. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You got the Earth, and I think they've done the Sun. They're going in order of the planets, but to get the Earth, I mean, they're not cheap, and then to try to backfill would be very expensive.
Yeah.
I like the actual globes that they're making.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's an actual coin, but I just can't pull the trigger on $399 for an ounce and a half or whatever it is of silver. Even though it would look fabulous on my desk and be really cool. But I can think of something else I'd rather purchase with $400 long term. I'll probably end up buying one if I happen to stumble across a deal. I'll probably get one, but because I do. I mean, there's stuff that I like, that I enjoy, that I do buy, that I probably shouldn't. But
Well, I FOMO'd you with the Tesla series from Serbia. Yeah, Serbia. Yeah.
I got them all.
You got them all now?
But I think there's three. I think there's three.
No, there's 5.
Oh, then I'm.
Yeah, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm missing one.
You probably don't have 2018 because that one's around $80 or so. At least, well, that's what I paid for mine, around $80 ish.
I gotta look. Unfortunately, it's not accessible at the moment, or I would take a look. I thought I got them all, and I know the one that I got was pricey. I think I paid like 78 77
Yeah,
or 70.
that's probably the 2018. I think I told you to get that one first because it's the pricey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and because I got the new release, and I think I got
Mhm.
that, and I thought I got. I know I got four. Now I'm gonna have to look. They're in my tube of collectibles, which are not accessible right now.
I
So
just
now,
FOMO.
as soon as we're done with the stream, guess where I'm going?
Yeah, yeah. You're like me. I need peace of mind, or I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. I
Yeah,
need.
because now I got to find out which ones I'm missing, and
Well, you might have them all. I just, you
I
know,
don't have five. So if there's five
um,
out, I know I
I,
don't have
yeah,
five.
I,
I want
yeah,
to
I
say
think
there's
there's
four.
5. No, no, seriously, I don't mean to FOMO you, but I think there really is
You
5.
rotten engineer,
Well,
you.
well, you're the one that told me you like Tesla too. I mean, you and I've had a huge discussion about Tesla.
Yeah.
I mean, Tesla is the father of electrical engineering. I mean, that's not really, that's something I say. But
Well,
the
yeah,
thing
but the
is,
school said it's everything.
everything he did is what I do. You know,
That
voltage,
is
current,
oh, literally.
electromagnetics. I mean, AC power, DC power, one phase, three-phase power. The basic fundamentals of digital electronics. You could point it back to Tesla.
There's still stuff that he was working on that's still classified. The government won't release when they swooped in after he
Mm-hmm.
died and cleaned out his
Mm-hmm.
files.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was a big fan, and I showed, Mr. X, and because we had this discussion literally probably like a couple days before I found these, and excuse me, got the alert from AntMex for these. Hey, there's a new series. I was like, oh, Tesla.
And we had discussions on that, and he FOMO'd me, and I spent more money than I should have over the course of a span of about 48 hours trying to get them all. So, and now I'm feeling incomplete, and my OCD is kicking in that if I start a series, I want them all, which is kind of bugging me now that I got the black flag because that is such a cool looking coin.
Yeah. Oh,
But
that's
to
gonna
buy the
hurt.
Queen Anne's Revenge, I mean, I can't touch that for less than $100 or right between $90 and $100.
Yeah.
Um, but will I do it? I don't know. I don't know.
Um, Let me go through my stuff. I might have an extra. Mm,
Really?
Yeah, I think I might have an extra. We'll talk later. I'll hook you up, bro. I'll
We
hook you up.
will definitely need to talk. Yes.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
'Cause if that's the case, then I will backdate because the rest of them are
Yeah,
not bad. I mean, they're still
I'm.
expensive for an ounce of
Yeah,
silver, but they're reasonable.
yeah, yeah. I am. I'm almost 100% certain I got at least 2 of each.
Okay, we're gonna have to work out a trade or a swap or something.
Remember, I gotta go find it first.
I know, but now I'm gonna be. You've got till next Thursday.
There you go. There you go.
So you
You
got
know what?
time.
And you know what? You know what this guy's gonna do? He's gonna be sitting there like I don't know where he's gonna be. Like he's probably having a drink, smoking his pipe, and he's like, "Damn that boy guy! You just got me got it out here. I just gotta have this stuff
I'll
now."
be
He's
sending
just,
him a text every day. Did you find your extra Black Flag series coin?
yeah, exactly. He's
You
gonna
gonna buy
text
that?
me. Say, where is it? Where's that Tesla? Where's that extra black?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same reason that he texts me with stuff that he knows that I'm looking at, and good price here, good price, good price. Ah, you rotten bugger, and I buy it.
Yeah, literally, folks, we
But,
FOMO
but
each
we
other.
normally are FOMOing each other on stuff that we're actually wanting, not just because it's the in thing to have.
Yeah.
But
Um. I just found it. Yeah, 20. Yeah, 20. Yeah, 2018 is the first of the Tesla.
okay, then I trusty notes here. 2018 current Tesla. All right. Oi. Yeah. Samafar keeps mentioning this, and I have been to that site. And if you sign up, they do. It looks like the quality of their coins, excuse me, is exceptional. I haven't purchased from them, but it appears that they put out a very quality product, and they should. I mean, they're not inexpensive, but it's a small thing, and they only do small runs. I think, and Samafar can correct me if I'm wrong here. I think they only produce 500 of a coin, or produce 500 of whatever it is that they're doing, and then they stop production. They only make 500, and that's it.
Hmm.
So it's extremely limited. And if you get into a series, you know, can be expensive if you try to backdate.
Hey, did we say good evening to Silver Frogman? By the way, good evening. If we haven't said anything,
Yes. Hello.
good
We've
evening.
been babbling.
Yeah.
So the whole thing started out as a test for the Don. As you can tell, he's got new headphones, he's got a new camera, and he's got a new microphone. So, yeah, see, that should be pointed up like mine. You shouldn't be talking into the top.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second.
Well, last time we tried this, folks, it was a disaster. So,
Is that any better?
no.
No. Okay.
No, go back to the way it was.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. It's even worse.
Well, it's picking up the fan.
Yeah, it's still picking up the fan. Yeah,
But now it's you're hearing my constant hum.
Yeah, yeah. There's the well, the fan's going away. Don't worry about it. It's a one-time thing.
So whatever you did, it's not as prominent now.
I turned it away from the fan a little bit. I don't know if that helps. I can still hear it, but it's probably because I'm right here where it's all happening.
Yeah, but you're coming in fine.
Okay. Yeah.
And the fan is now drowned out. So
Cool.
I gotta put myself on talking icon.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway,
I hit the wrong button.
wrong button. Oh, I got a request to folks that are here this evening. As you know, Mr. Gen X will be on. He'll be out of town this coming week. So if you didn't know, I'm going to move the morning coffee show to the evening slot. So I'm gonna just this Sunday, just this Sunday only. I'm going to take over the 7 p.m. slot for Mr. Gen X. So everybody sleep in. And so yeah, it'll be we're going to do the live stream tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, but it's going to be on my channel, but it's only for this Sunday. So when Mr. X comes back,
unless I decide just to move to Friday nights. Like
well, you can do that too. I mean,
Friday nights, and you can do Sunday nights.
What does the chat think?
What does the chat think about that?
Yeah. Oh, there you go, folks. What do you think? I mean, we had a great showing yesterday. So how do you guys feel about that? Would you like to have, say Mr. X Friday night, and then I could take the Sunday slot? I mean, there's nothing wrong with the morning show. I'll keep doing that if you all like that too. It's just, what's convenient for everybody.
Yeah.
And like I said, it'll give everybody a chance to sleep in.
I mean, I know there's a few people that do some auctions on Friday nights, and I know there's a couple big channels going on right now.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunately there's not much. There's so much going on now that you're gonna bleed over on some channels. And
yeah, our space is as small as like the coin and stacking community is on YouTube. Within that that little universe, it's packed.
It is.
I mean, it's you think it'd be bigger, but you look at all the channels out there. They're doing an auction, or they're doing their weekly or semi-weekly or monthly, live streams. So it's hard, and we all, well, certainly channels like ours, we don't want to step on toes and stuff like that, because obviously people are going to hop around from channels to channels, and as they should.
Yep.
So it's hard to find a space where we can come up and connect with people. So it's just the nature of the beast. There's there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Just best we can is find a space and and grab it.
Try to carve out a little niche for our group of people. Mr. V Rose, you should get notifications if you've got the little bell rung for our channels.
Mm-hmm.
So we normally we get stuff loaded like Friday. We try to get it loaded Friday for Sundays, so it's already out there. But then obviously you'll get the notification if we schedule it properly. I think we've figured out how to do that properly, unlike the first couple of times we tried. At least a couple times that I tried. Dennis D is, I think, referring to Silver Wolverine about launching a Silver Maple. Silver Wolverine was driving, so he was basically listening, and I'm guessing he, at little stops, he was taking his digs and then put it in his phone down and then driving, and he's probably listening and laughing. And as far as I know, he has not found that maple leaf that he shot off at the firework.
I don't think he ever will.
In somebody's house or something.
Yeah, sitting on their roof. Boing.
Somebody's, rain gutter or something.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe there's like a little squirrel, that has it. But yeah, I mean, let us know what you think. I mean, you want us to keep the times we have, or is the evening hours? It seemed like the evening hours worked really great with everybody. Just let us know if you want to tell us in the chat, or you want to send us a private email. Email, that's cool.
Yeah,
no worries at all. We're Gen X and I, we're flexible, and and during the week we might pop in just to give people a chance to connect. If there's like a evening or little snippet of time we can jump in, we're going to do it because we want to connect. We want to connect. Mr. X and I, we want to connect with you guys, and you want to connect with us, and we want you to connect with each other. And that's what's great about these live streams. Give you an opportunity to chat with people, catch up, and share knowledge, share information, share your recipes. Anyway, what's it?
Andy's making a point, and yes, yeah. I did see that.
Yeah.
So, and I know there's a lot of the crowd that's here that also goes to that channel. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's totally up to the Don. Or if he wants to take Fridays and I stay Sunday night, that's fine. It doesn't really matter to us. We don't really care. We just like to have a night where we can just sit back and talk and do like we done tonight. I mean, it was a test, basically. I mean, I've done the same thing, and I'm going to be doing some more testing. I got another toy that I'll be playing with when I get back.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll go from there. So.
Oh, by the way, I was having lag before. How is it now, by the way?
I haven't noticed it at all tonight.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah. Well, software updates will do that to you, right?
Yeah, I think that was well. Yeah, that was. I think that was part. No, seriously, I think that was part of the problem. There was an update with OBS, and there was an update with the camera, and they conflicted. I think that's probably was part of the problem I was having. So I deleted all the drivers on the old drivers for the camera, and they actually posted a brand new driver. So wiped them out, put those on, worked great. And then the OBS had to be updated, so I did that too. And here we are.
You may be onto something there.
The maple got caught in a space-time continuum.
And then Samafar's got another. Yes, that is the challenge. That's the balancing act, right? I'd like to have a lot more coins in my stack than I do, but unfortunately, I'm not Mr. Beast. I've got millions of dollars to buy stuff.
Who?
Mr. Beast.
Beast. Oh, Mr. Beast. Yeah.
He averages 4.5 new subs every second,
Oh,
24 hours a day.
oh man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It is. It's crazy.
What's his content again?
He did Squid Games with real people, for example, like 1,000 people. They played the Squid Game.
Really?
He does different challenges and gets. Oops, hit the wrong button again. I need to hit that one.
Dennis D says he wants to see someone flip a 5-ounce silver. Oh no, that's no, not me. And
Boy, I have a 5-ounce silver I could reach to, but no, I'm not doing that.
no, I don't have a big cowboy hat. I don't. That's not my thing. I
Now,
do
if
have
you
one.
want to flip it to sell, yeah, I'll sell the 5-ounce coin that I have. Believe it or not.
This guy, he's willing to sell anything he has.
I can't sell anything because I'm going away and I won't be able to ship it for 6 days.
Actually,
it happens to be a 5-ounce Aztec round.
Those
are
nice. Gorgeous.
Yes, they are.
Those are gorgeous.
Nice.
Are you going to give up on the 1-ounce gold?
No, I'm still on their mailing list.
Well, me too.
So, but they haven't
hit.
We've been sitting on that list for what, 3 or 4 months?
At least.
You know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to make a big purchase, and then we're going to get an email.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have a dilemma on our hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still trying.
I like cash flow my purchases. I don't like to put it on credit at all. So everything I buy is a cash flow type thing because it's discretionary income. But you know that that's exactly what's going to happen. We're both going to make a big purchase, and we're going to get an email, and then we're going to say, "Okay, I guess I have to dip into money I wasn't planning on dipping into for this, and then not be able to buy anything for 5 weeks or 6 weeks to replenish."
Yeah, I mean, the new machine, your new machine, and for me, that camera, this microphone, this thing, and then it was all timed around the same time I bought that Buffalo. I don't regret the button. Don't get me wrong. I'm so happy I got that Buffalo. It's just the timing.
It's just the way it worked out.
Yeah, it's just the timing. That I'm like, So this month I got to play catch up. I really do. And
Mr. Vero says he wants to flip a 5-ounce bar. And if you want to do that, I don't know if I got your email or not. I'd send you a link because I want to see that live.
I tell you what, Mr. V Rose, this is actually something else I wanted to ask everybody in the chat. If anybody would like to join me tomorrow night up on panel, you don't have to be on the whole show, but if you'd like to come up, and you don't have to show your, you don't show your face or anything, just get a logo or some kind of avatar, if that's the right word. But yeah, if anybody would like to come up, let me know. I can send you the link to the StreamYard, and you come on up. And if you have a channel, you want to talk about your channel, that's great. If you want to do a little show and tell, that's cool too.
He says challenge accepted.
Yeah,
he's gonna flip.
Is that what he said?
He's gonna flip a 5-ounce bar.
So Mr. V Rose, you've been on camera. I've seen you in the tribe. So you need to come on tomorrow night, and so we can all watch you flip that 5-ounce bar.
Now I got to see if I can try to be someplace with good internet. Well, I'll have to watch the replay because I know where I'm going to be, and there's not going to be internet coverage. It's going to be spotty at best.
Oh, SW asked me, am I going to get some PD Palladium now? Is that what he's... PT is platinum. PD is palladium, if I'm trying to remember my periodic table. The short answer is no, unless they do 10th ounce, because, in your comment, yeah, he's poking fun at me. He did his video, he's talking about the American Palladium Eagles, and my comment was about platinum, and I was thinking platinum, but his videos of palladium, and then he called me out in his comments because I was like, oh well, I'm just into the 10th ounce platinum. I got the kooks and thinking about just collecting those, not stack them, just collect them. And he came back, he's like, well, we were talking about palladium, right? I was like, no. so yeah, he's picking fun at me.
Yep.
Gen X, please share my email with Bullet. Oh, all right. I think I'm gonna have Mr. B Rose up on panel tomorrow night. So yeah, you're gonna have to have your phone ready or something. I think he might be flipping a 5-ounce bar on camera. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking for his email. I thought I'll find it.
See, I have another. Let's see what Mr. B Rose saying here. I have another fun challenge to put out to the coin community. To the dawn, a little easier. Fun clue. You may have seen it on Happy Days. You got Fonzie's leather jacket? Oh my. Mr. Dennis D, I don't know. I can't. I don't remember a lot of my chemistry stuff. I had the periodic table. Actually, that's why I got that intro to chemistry book I got off of Amazon, because I need to go back and teach myself some basics in chemistry, before I, really get heavy and duty into this, science series. I'm going to try to wrap up this week and get it posted by the end of this week. At least I have the introduction video outlined and all that stuff. I just need to put voice to it and then publish it. So, but yeah, that's why I got a chemistry book, because I thought I kept mine from college and I didn't. So I need to go. That's why I want to go back and make sure, I'm not saying, wrong things and stuff, but yeah, if any of you guys out there in the chat, if you guys have a chemistry background or something, towards that area of study or your career, please help me out, because chemistry, I got a D for done.
Mr. V Rose, I have forwarded your email on to the Department of Numismatics.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I'll after we wrap it up here, I'll send you an email with the link to the tomorrow night's live stream. So yeah, thanks for appreciate that. And just to extend that out, folks, if anybody wants to come up on panel, and Gen X, we're both in agreement. You want to come up anytime, either show, both shows, it's all cool. Just reach out with an email, let us know. Again, you don't have to show your face if you don't, if you that's a comfort thing, it's personal choice, and we're totally cool with that.
Yep. Whatever.
But yeah, if you want to come up,
more than happy. I mean, we've had Gunny's been up, Can's been up. My other self, who has now changed her name to Lisa Simplified, has been up. But anything, if there's something that you just want to come up and chat or promote something, we're all for it. I mean, we're open to that. So
just reach out, let us know if you got a channel, you want to promote your channel. Hey, we're all good. This forum is for you guys equally as it is for two of us.
It's just have fun and education, and sometimes we get off on tangents on stuff. And
got my tactical soapbox here.
This isn't my show, so it's the Don's, and sometimes I overtake it, and I feel bad about that. So I try to bite my tongue and just not.
Okay. Now, Tiny Numismatics. I can't remember if he made a video or it's when we had discussions about it. But correct me, Mr. X, because I think you were there when we had the discussion.
Yep,
if you took not oxygen absorbers, desiccant packs, was it? Wasn't it desiccant?
The little silica packs.
Yes, the silica. Yeah, the desiccant or silica packs. You put those on both sides of the coin, and then rubber band it, or some methodology to secure it to the coin, and then put it in a cool dark place or something. And
I don't know if it's true or not, but
yeah, but I believe Tiny Newsmatic, he said in X amount of time it'll absorb or do whatever it is to get rid of the milk
yeah,
spots.
I've seen both in examples, where somebody said that that's what they did and it worked. Although they didn't really show good before pictures or anything like that, and then others are just debunking it. Um, but I don't know how that would work because it is a process in the cleaning of the planchet that gets, once they press that coin. I mean, is it drawing out the soap? Basically, is what it is. It's basically like a soap spot, right?
Well, the only thing, yeah, you know,
I don't
not
know. I mean,
understanding how the
I'm not a scientist or an engineer, and to me, I mean, it
well, this here's what
sounds
strikes me about it, and I'm not saying it works or doesn't work because I don't know. Silica packs, they're designed to absorb moisture,
correct.
which is water, right?
Correct.
So, what's the relationship between the desiccant versus water vapor or moisture in the air and the milk spot? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
You could
that's
spray the
something.
coin with WD-40 and put a buffing wheel on a Dremel and try it. No, I'm completely joking. People
Oh,
don't do that. Please
but
don't do that.
seriously, I don't want to steal another channel's thunder or anything, but I'd be willing to give it a try. Oh, yeah. I'm Miss Alforce says she needs more evidence. I mean,
Yeah, I would agree
I
with
wouldn't mind taking a crack at it.
that. I'd like to see a true scientific
But
study of
yeah,
it
exactly.
or
Set it
before.
up in a
Yep, a
controlled
controlled
environment.
environment. Yep.
hmm for example, I got one of those vacuum sealer for foods,
Yep.
so I could take set it up, document it, throw it in there, and a vacuum seal it. That way, everything's, well, for the most part, everything's pulled out of there. All the air, all the oxygen, and any associated,
I
humidity
would
that's
do
within that air.
yeah, I
You
would
know.
do both. Wrap it and put it
Oh
in
no,
an
no, yeah,
envelope,
yeah,
and then one in a
Yep.
vacuum seal because I don't know if
Yeah.
part of the air, if the air's got to interact with the
hmm
silica pack for it to actually draw out the.
The
Again,
moisture.
we are
Oh,
completely out of our comfort zone here. Um, However, if anybody should be able to do a test, it would be that guy
maybe.
because he's an engineer and I'm just a guy that works with numbers.
Here's a quick fix. There you go. This perpetrator has just melted.
That could, yes, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. So,
Um,
Miss Amerfar asked, and here, yeah, this is back to the kind of chemistry, material science stuff about precious metals. So, do you see milk spotting or something of similar phenomenon on, other, precious metals? And then Mr. Resnick replies, so far from what he's seen, gold and palladium. I forget is it PT for platinum, PD for palladium. Somebody help me with that. I don't have a periodic table in front of me. Yeah, the more, okay, if I remember, the further down the periodic table you go, the more stable the atom is because you have the outer electrons in orbit of the atom have a stronger bond versus other um, elements that have a higher tendency to interact with other chemicals or elements. That's what makes gold is really stable because it won't interact with other things. So that's why some gold that sits in the bottom of the ocean really doesn't develop any corrosion or anything on it. I mean, I could be wrong. You might have growth, things grow on it and stuff like that. So yeah, I
Palladium,
don't have.
PD is palladium, and it's the atomic number 46 on the
Okay.
periodic chart or the chemical element on the atomic. Its atomic number is 46.
Okay, so PD is palladium. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it only runs what, about 30 grand an ounce, something like that.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at where it closed last week. Yeah, no, palladium's actually pretty cheap. Palladium's only $2,200 an ounce. Now, rhodium, on the other hand, is 15,500 an ounce, and platinum is up to 944.
Miss Samafor's, made the comment that I, have a lot of experiments that in the future. I guess I do, and and that's great. I want the feedback. I want you guys to participate in this. If there's something out there that's interesting, let me know. I mean, that's kind of, in my lane, so to speak. And I'd be happy to do it. You want to collaborate with me, please. I don't know everything. Come on, folks. And I'm contrary to popular belief, I'm not that smart. I'm really not.
Don't let it fool you. If you get an engineering degree, you're on the ball.
I'm not that smart. No.
So Kiddo Mine, it looks like she's already working on something for milk spots.
Place them in
I don't know. I mean, Easy Zest and all those things that will remove dirt and grime, they still won't touch milk spots that I'm aware of. But other than if you over dip it, then obviously you take the luster off and it basically becomes face value coin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd be totally game to try this. I probably have a milk spotted coin somewhere that I could use. I probably need at least two to have one kind of set.
You got to have a control.
I got to have a control.
You know better than I do, but yeah, you got.
Yeah, I got to have a control and then minimize the number of independent variables or dependent. I forget which one means which. But yeah, you got to minimize it so that all the different test cases cover various configurations so that those variables are covered. So you only have one, variable that's in question, which is, does the desiccant pack pull the milk spot off the coin? At least that's how I'm kind of envisioning it right now.
Yeah. Like I said, I've seen people say both, yes and no, but nobody's really shown me. At least I haven't seen a video of anything being proven to be accurate other than somebody's word. So you know how that goes.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks for the helpful tip there, my friend in New Mexico. Yeah, I got some work to do, but but it sounds like great stuff. Like I said,
that is my understanding.
It
has to do with the rinsing of the planchet, and also I think they were using a different type of detergent that was hard to get off with the rinse. Way back when, at least with the U.S. mint, I know that the Canadian had problems, a widespread problem. But yeah, my understanding is it's a rinsing issue, and that's why you don't see it too much on the burnished coins, because they actually go through a tumbler, which also has a rinsing agent in it to create that surface for them to make the coin, and the proofs are handled a little bit differently, so more susceptible for milk spotting, because it sounds like they don't go through that type of process. But if you got two planchets stuck together or partially stuck together, you know what I mean? They're like this, and because of the liquid, and then it gets through, and they just separate it, and then the machine separates it, and it goes through, and it gets punched. Well, I mean, I've had coins that were graded MS-70 that obviously, or more than likely, milk spotted after they were encased. So they can appear at any time.
Yeah, that's the reality of it. I mean,
Yep.
for better or worse. I mean, I think the mints, like Royal Canadian, they've done, I would argue, a pretty good job at mitigating that once they figured out what was going on with the process.
Okay, Silver Wolverine. I need proof. I'm not saying that you don't have milk spots on burnished, but I've never heard of anybody saying anything about milk spots on a burnished eagle. But I also haven't looked for it either. But I don't recall anybody saying that they ever had it on that, only on the proofs. So that would be interesting to see if you've got burnished milk spot, because I know that the planchets go through a different process.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then as part of the control, you would have to take a silver that has no milk spots and put the desiccant packs on there and see what happens to it.
Yeah, you have to have milk spot,
Mm-hmm.
milk spot, normal.
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
Wow, I should be writing all this down.
You're the one that's got the engineering degree that knows how all that stuff's supposed to be tested for hypotheses.
Oh, okay. You know what
all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to go get my dad to build me a high school backboard, just like we had, in science class, where we all had to do our little science project. And I'll put it up, and I'll got the camera, and I'll be on screen, and I'll do, here's my independent variables here, or here's my, experiment title. Here's my independent variable, my dependent. Here's my.
Okay, you went there, and I'm going to let a little bit of the cat out of the bag. I'm trying to think on how I can incorporate a whiteboard into my videos instead of showing graphs and numbers. That some people like the graphs and numbers, and I'll still reference that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's easier to convey it if I can just whiteboard it and show it. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the topic and what's going on. But
are you willing to put up an actual whiteboard, and then you stand next to it,
yeah,
and then you actually sit there and look at the camera? Hey, this is, if we plot this, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Why not do it? I mean,
yeah.
What whiteboards are cheap.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
Whiteboards are cheap.
So it's either that or get something that goes on my desk and then try to figure out a way to get an overhead shot.
You know what you could,
without spending a lot of money on another camera.
Mm-hmm. What about like a tablet or like a 2-in-1 where you can take like an electronic pen and then write on the screen? And
yeah, my laptop I can actually draw on and write on it. But I got to get a stylus for it.
Yeah, stylus. That's the word. Yeah, stylus. Yeah.
So I might be playing with that and then incorporate that into the video by doing the recording. The problem is then splicing it and then trying to match up the audio and all that. I don't know. But it's something I'm playing with as far as trying to demonstrate different things in a little bit more entertaining and or enjoyable way. I know a lot of people, they like spreadsheets, they like slideshows, and I also know it's like 50-50, right? Or 40-60. 40 people dig it, 60%. Their eyes roll back on their head and they click off, or they just don't want to. It's just boring to them. And it's
Bueller.
Information. Hello.
Bueller.
Yeah, you're going in and out.
Oh, that peaked. Okay.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. You're frozen. So I was just babbling until you got unfrozen.
Well, I tell you what, I think I'm going to run with that, and if about the milk spot removal methodology. I mean, I'm just kind of browsing through the chat here, and folks are really fired up about that. So, yeah, I'm going to put that on my list, definitely. And by the way, Donald, thank you. Yeah, Platinum Group. Actually, one of the books I bought. It's a open source book, which means you can quote it and use it as you see fit. There's no copyright things or anything like that. And they got a whole section about the Platinum Group and Palladium the platinum group and the rare earth metals and stuff like that. So I'll be diving into that. But could always use another reference, definitely.
Nick's coin.
And she has joined us. Oh,
yes. and she comes out swinging.
Did I just hear Gen X is getting a stylist like fashion style that we could start with a good team hat? Huh?
Yeah, I have a Detroit Tigers cap on, and obviously she is a New Englander.
Yes, she is
a huge Patriots fan, even though Tom Brady left. And she's a huge Boston Bruins fan, and I would assume a Red Sox fan. And she's probably making that comment because of a comment I left on one of her community posts today. I was having some fun with her, so it's all good.
Nah, Nick's she has a great sense of humor about all this.
Yeah,
she's great.
Thanks for stopping by, Samafar.
Thanks, boss.
I know I'm going to be running here pretty quick myself, but
yeah,
thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. So yeah, I want to run with that. And if everyone, if y'all have some suggestions or input, something you'd like to see, kind of regarded to this whole, how to remove milk spots, let me know. I'll find a way to incorporate it and kind of set it up as a, kind of a semi-legit, scientific method, and and actually document it, properly, instead of just being, hey, something that just somebody said somewhere. Actually have it legitimately. And it'll probably take it over time. I'll probably do a video showing the setup, what we're going to do, and another
it takes months.
Another one where I actually put it together and then vacuum seal it or set it up and then put it away and then check in on it a month or so later, and kind of periodically do that. So it's going to be over a span of time, which I think is what the community hasn't done. They just said, "Hey, look what I did." Okay, how did you get from there to here?
Yeah. So anyway. I posted my email. Department of Numismatics has his email up there. So feel free to email us at any time if you have any questions, or if you want to come up on panel, or make a suggestion for us as we do these type of things. Like I say, this was to test out all of the Don's, new equipment, camera and microphone, and I think we got a good baseline. I think it turned out you're coming through pretty good. You had one little hiccup with the with you freezing there a few minutes ago, but
I think that was me. Okay. Yeah, no, me physically, because I was leaning into the microphone to say, Bueller.
So, but all right, I'm going to be first to say thanks for having me on, and everybody have a great rest of your weekend. I may or may not be on some streams in the chat throughout the week. Like I said, I'm going to be in and out of pocket with internet, and but I will be back sometime next week, and we'll get together then. So thank you for everybody in the chat again. Thank you for the mods down in the Mexico, Annie Resnick. Thank you. And thanks, Don. And until we meet again, 73.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Jet X. Always privileged to collaborate with you any opportunities. Folks, this guy's got so much data up here. It's incredible. Just pay attention to those to the material he offers. You can apply it to everything. Doesn't have could be coins, could be comic books, it could be muscle cars. I know I said that before. The principles that he's talking about don't change. So take that in consideration. So thank you for being on this little impromptu test. As like I said before, you guys know I want to foster friendship and fellowship in our coin and stacking community. So this is what these little pop-up streams are all about. So have a great weekend. Thank you again. Thank you to our mods for helping out tonight and helping out every time. So really appreciate you guys and gals for being here. Thank you for participating in the chat, and we will see you around. So have a great evening, everybody. Have enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you hopefully Sunday night, 7 p.m. back here. So thanks, folks.